2017 Gramercy Estates. This wine is a wine that's really near and dear to my heart because it really talks about the origination of how my wife Pam and I started the winery. This vineyard is located across the street from Pepperbridge, and Pepperbridge is owned by a gentleman named Norm McKibben. So when you're here, please go see Pepperbridge. They're amazing. You'll have a fantastic time. But it was actually in this building, Norm McKibben owns this building, where Norm convinced me to buy some fruit. He would teach me how to make wine and start my own winery. And crazily enough, we actually decided to do that. So in only a couple years after we got here, we decided to purchase a vineyard. And this vineyard, it's a very, very small vineyard. It's only about 5 acres, but I felt it showed kind of the best of what you could do in Walla Walla. We had a little bit of Cabernet, a little Merlot, a little bit of Cabernet Franc, some Syrah, and even some Tempranillo. One thing I wanted to do, we've only been making the Gramercy Estates since 2016, even though we've owned the vineyard since 2006. What was important to me was that when we started releasing wine as an estate wine, it was truly a world-class wine. I didn't want the bottlings to kind of grow up with the vineyard. I wanted the bottlings to start out being like, wow, this is an amazing wine. So we started with it in 2016. We did a Merlot dominant wine. In 2017, Brandon and I felt that it was really Cabernet that shined. And the reason we know the Cabernet was so great was because we only had to use 1% Merlot. Does 1% Merlot actually do anything? Yeah, it actually does. When you sit at the blending table, 0 or 1%, it actually makes a big difference. It's kind of like just that last finishing of spice that totally completes the wine. So we actually used 2 vineyards for this wine. It's about 66% of JB George, and we have another vineyard partnership at on the Oregon side. It's an area called Cervane. We have a block there called the Octave Block where we have several other partners. And basically what happens is Octave kind of gives you the power and the structure, and the JB George vineyard kind of gives you the elegance and complexity. As our second estate wine, I think this is a phenomenal example of what we can do with our own vineyards in the Walla Walla Valley.